Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Zerify, formerly Strikeforce Technologies, is focusing on secure video conferencing. And with me is the CEO, Mark Kay, and also George Waller, the Executive Vice President. Great to have you back here at the NASDAQ. And you recently rebranded, so let's start with that. You, of course, we talked several times and you were Strikeforce, now you're Zerify. So what was the strategy behind the name change?
Yeah, and we had tons of questions about that, and it wasn't just one of the, it was really a specific thing we did over 6 months ago. We decided we need a new name, we need to change ourselves because we're doing everything around the video conferencing. It was a brand new product, it just went live this year, beginning of the year, and we were refocusing all of our products around the video conferencing. And it's not just a simple video conference product, it actually does a lot more and authenticates every single person ever getting onto it, which is the only product out there that does it that way. So we feel it's the best and biggest, and now it runs beautifully, by the way, if anybody ever wants to buy it, but it's the best product out there. And it's secure. It does 3 products in one. So all the other products like Zoom and WebEx and Teams, they use one product. It's just looking at you and seeing you while you're in your conference. We have an authentication piece running with it. We have another piece running with it that secures your camera, your video, your audio, all of that at the same time. So it's a very unique deal, and the whole company is based on that. And now that's why we decided to change the name. And we worked with a company called Dark Roast Media that actually worked us for 6 months. They gave us over 1,600 names,
oh my goodness,
of which we went through a long, long process getting through that. And then we decided Zerify makes sense, you know, verify with Zerify and many other themes you can say with, and it was just one syllable. So getting that out there is very difficult. It's taken us 6, 7 months, and we're still doing it, but it's almost all there.
Yeah, okay. And George, tell me about the Zero Trust platform. Is that this new secure video conferencing platform?
Well, Zero Trust is a framework, and it's put out by NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and they're basically they're the gurus for the government, federal, and all highly regulated industries. So Zero Trust is a concept that's based on one simple thing: never trust, always verify. Never trust, always
Isn't that
verify.
Ronald Reagan, or did he say
yeah, I think
something like that, right?
Yeah. So what we did was we took that concept of zero trust and we built it into, as Mark said, our video conferencing platform and solutions. So we now have 3 solutions. We have our Zerify Meet, which is based on zero trust video conferencing, where we authenticate every user every time prior to coming into a conference. We have our Zerify Defender, which basically locks down the desktop, meaning the camera, the microphone, the speakers, the keyboard, the clipboard, all the aspects that a hacker with malware could steal to steal your video conferencing. And then we have our Zerify API, which enables you to embed secure video conferencing into an existing app like a CRM or an ERP or a legacy application. So the last thing I'll say about it is that Zerify is the only cybersecurity company that is specializing in zero trust secure video conferencing.
Okay, interesting. And Mark, can you share an update on PushForce?
Sure. Well, obviously we're picking on PushForce because we got a lot of questions, a lot of emails, but PushForce is a client that we brought on. We signed the contract with them about almost a year ago, and they are a major retail company that sells to the marketplace, and they have a lot of clients, and they have a couple major clients. So they're not quite ready yet to go live, but this is the first client we've ever brought on to use our API, our Zerify API, which does the video conferencing, but it does it at their leisure. You know, they decide where in the program that they're going to do it, and then they do it right there and then. They don't have to get us involved, and it's a great video conference at that time. And we see many uses for that going forward, and we're trying to figure out other companies to work with to get that done too. They're just running very late because they're having a hard time in this pandemic period to hire the right people. And it's very difficult, but they're talking to us every week. They're very close to getting it ready. They expect to have the first couple clients out in the next couple of weeks and then move on to the large clients. So we still feel this is a major client for us using our API.
Yeah, so great to hear about the rebranding, and it sounds like you've got this amazing strategy plotted going forward. So
We do.
Thank you, Mark and George.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Shane.
you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Coastal Capital focuses on equipment-based lending, lines of credit, and working capital. I founded my company based on the belief of partnerships. If we didn't have partnerships and trust and relationships, nothing would move forward. We really like to get to know the core of the client. We want to know who we're working with. We believe in a story, and that's why we call ourselves a story time lender. Coastal Capital is financing you can trust.
Welcome to New to the Streets Unstoppable Show. My name's Rhonda Swan, and today my guests are Dave Wiltz from BFX Standard, the CEO of BFX Standard, and Courtney Logan, the COO of BFX Standard. They are a company that brings things blockchain and Forex to your doorstep for easy consumption. Hi guys, how are you doing? Tell me a little bit about BFX. What are you doing?
Good, thank you. Well, as you said, BFX Standard is a platform that brings blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Forex to everyone's doorstep by way of training, education. We also have a license to allow some of our other customers to trade their cryptocurrency. So we ultimately are trying to help with financial literacy.
I love it. So what is the clientele that you're really working with? Because I know you do something very unique that the world deserves to hear about.
Well, you know, our customer is any person really looking for an opportunity to enhance their lives through the financial market. This is the person that's on a fixed income. It's the college student that's looking to supplement their income. Or, you know, we get a lot of customers who are looking to switch jobs and they're looking for a different opportunity, and the financial markets is an opportunity for them to do that.
I love that. And I know that you have a very special business model, right? Most would think that investing would cost a lot to learn this type of education. What are you doing differently that others are not?
Well, you want to grab that one?
Yeah, sure. So what we're doing is we're actually offering high value, high quality education at an affordable price. And our company right now is literally offering this education at $60 a month. So it's $150 to start, $60 a month. And when you think about the level of education that we offer and you look out into the market, typically it's $5,000 for this type of education, $20,000 for this education. But the reason I wanted to partner with the company is because they really had a mission and vision to help people across the world, and that's the impact and legacy that we want to leave, and we also want to make sure everybody can have access to it.
Wow, that's really amazing. So Dave, what was your motivation behind starting the company? Like, where does it really come from?
Thanks for that question.
Yeah.
Coming from a small town, Avondale, Louisiana, you look around and you realize that for me, I was blessed to be able to play basketball. Basketball was my opportunity out. And I don't mean out from like I'm leaving my people, but you know, for a better life.
Yeah.
However, I always look back a little bit of survivor's remorse and go, what if I didn't have that opportunity to play basketball? What about my friends that I went to high school with that didn't have that opportunity? And so looking at something that would give them that opportunity, but not just them, anyone who was willing to roll up their sleeves and try, So it's almost like putting myself in a time capsule and going back and saying, what would be an opportunity that anyone could step into for a small entry fee, just wanting to roll up their sleeves and do better for themselves and have some financial literacy. And if it's not just totally as far as a full-time job, a part-time job, but that was the platform is all about. And it's a lesson of love for me and the whole team.
It's so inspiring. Just think about the youth that you can help. Right. So what's next for BFX? Where are you guys going next?
So we're open for business, you know, and we're looking for people who again, who's looking for that opportunity. And we're looking, you know, at our product offering, and of course right now we're offering the Forex and the crypto. But in the future, you know, we're looking at potential youth programs, and we're looking for partners. We're looking for people who want to partner with us with our mission and our vision in order to help the world learn how to trade the markets and enhance their lives.
I love it. And where can people really find you?
Well, our website is bfxstandard.com. That's where you can find us at. You can find us at BFX Standard on all the social media platforms that's out there.
Amazing, guys. I'm so excited. Thank you for all of your work and the impact you're leaving on the world.
No, thank you, truly.
It's a true blessing to have you here.
Thank you.
Coastal Capital focuses on equipment-based lending, lines of credit, and working capital. I founded my company based on the belief of partnerships. If we didn't have partnerships and trust and relationships, nothing would move forward. We really like to get to know the core of the client. We want to know who we're working with. We believe in a story, and that's why we call ourselves a story time lender. Coastal Capital is financing you can trust.
Welcome to New to the Street's Unstoppable Show. And we've got with us today Kiri-Maree, a global advisor, investor, and founder of Decision Velocity Global and the 1% Movement. Of course, with me, Rhonda Swan, co-host of the show. Welcome, Kiri-Maree. Great to have you here. And just tell us what drives cultural change and global, the globe that we're seeing. We're facing economic issues, social, environmental issues.
Yeah, I believe that we are at a point in life where there is a need for a new approach to how leaders are making decisions at the table. And if we keep making decisions the same way, we're going to keep seeing the economic, the social, the environmental space across the landscape going the way it is right now, right? And so if we are to change that, we have to narrow the gap from problem to solution. And I believe it starts at the decision table.
So how do you change the decision-making process at the table? Like what does this actually mean? Like what are you doing?
Yeah, I think
questions you're asking?
Great question, because I think one of the things that has to change is the conversation. Who's having this conversation at the table? Who are we inviting to the table? And you know, I think the other thing is we have to learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, to be able to have conversations that maybe in the past have been things we have held back on, things that maybe we don't want to be bringing to the table because of where society is and what happens when you bring conversations like that to the table, and a willingness to go, even if we disagree with most things said at the table, what if we just agreed with one thing and we're able to shift that dial forward?
And who are you having these conversations with?
You know, the greatest ones are those that are just willing to be open, to be curious, to see if they can change what they're doing, simple in their hand right now. So that could be innovators who are innovating new solutions at the table. It can be CEOs who are, you know, running organizations, because here's the thing. Every decision you make has an impact. What if you were having an impact that was adding value to the human race going forward?
Okay, so let's talk about that. When you say every decision has an impact, just make sure it adds value, not subtracts. So how do we do that? How do we change culture and making this a bigger priority?
Yeah, so it sounds so grand, doesn't it? And it's almost, you know, if you look at the problems across the globe right now, it could be very easy to go, it's so complex, there's just no way culture can change. And if that's the case, I think that's a very sad story, because that doesn't bring much hope for the generations to come. So my thinking is, if everyone just chose to do their 1%, then if you were doing your 1%, you were doing your 1%, I was doing mine, others in the room are willing to do their 1%, we could actually shift culture. And if everyone was making decisions while they're doing that 1%, that actually were adding value to the human race, I could see changes happening.
And you obviously have hope, or you wouldn't even be bothered doing this. So how do you, I mean, we seem like such a divided world really right now. I mean, how do you continue to have hope and make change with that?
Look, so one of the things that I'm working on at the moment is the 1% movement, and I really believe that this can bring hope to the global space right now. And again, it's my big goal on that is, what if we could get 1 billion names on a wall of humanity and everyone was choosing to do their 1%? If we did that by 2052, it's predicted that it would be almost 10% of the population. If that was the case, would 10% of the population actually be working towards something that is going to change the world? I think so. So to me, that brings hope. And I want to know there's hope, because I've got children, I've actually got grandbabies as well. And so I want to leave behind something that they can springboard forward on, and know that I'm narrowing that gap from problem to solution.
Okay, well, thank you so much for what you're doing, Kiri-Maree. Thank you. Thank you, Rhonda, as well.
Thank you.
Out of control inflation, escalating government debt, gas and energy bills burning through your savings, and a spiraling war in Europe. The world feels like a very uncertain place right now, and it's harder and harder to take control of your money and safeguard your savings. I mean, why would anyone want to keep their money in a bank that's only going to lend it out for its own profit? Putting your savings at risk, and for what? A pittance in interest? Well, let me tell you about Glint, and how they can help you to save in real gold you can spend like dollars. Now, first off, Glint's not a bank or crypto or some new type of credit card. What Glint provides is the ability and freedom to buy, save, and spend real allocated gold that's secured in Brink's vaults and insured by Lloyd's of London. Glint's Smart app and MasterCard is leading the payments revolution, putting you in control of your money by making real gold, trusted for thousands of years, into an instant, secure digital currency for the modern world. Best of all, your gold is always your gold, with no one else's liability. It's secure and allocated to you. It never goes away, even in a crash. To learn more, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store. It's time to take control of your money and protect it with the time-tested security of gold and the modern digital convenience of Glint. Gold is security. Glint, it's key.
SKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SKUR. Visit sekur.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Sekur is a messaging service, email as well, that lets you communicate with people in a secure way. And with me is the CEO, Alain Ghiai, to tell us about a new launch, a Sekur Messenger that you've just launched for enterprise. So explain to me what that is.
Well, we've had Sekur Messenger for consumers and businesses now. With enterprise, and we launched actually not too long ago Sekur Chat by Invite to 61 countries, which means you can text someone in 61 different countries, so from Europe, India, Asia, Latin America, and then invite them to chat with you. This is typically used a lot with businesses where you may have a lawyer, an investment banker, a doctor, or a government agent trying to reach someone and have a chat without having to use the free big tech tools that are out there that are compromised, as we know. So now what we did is, at the request of some investment bankers, we decided to create an archiving solution. So this new feature takes our product to the next level of enterprise. And also, just to comply with FINRA and other regulation, if you're an investment bank and you want to have your investment bankers and traders use Secure Messenger, because we have the self-destruct timer, that doesn't comply because they need to archive those conversations for 7 to 10 years. And I don't know if you've read lately, US banks are being fined $1 billion because their employees are using WhatsApp and things like that. It's all over the press, right? I think we may have discussed it before. So the alternative is to have these big terminals from these big brands that we're not going to mention here, that cost $25,000, $30,000 a year that come with a messenger, but they really just use the messenger. So now for $7 a month, you can have an enterprise grade, highly private and secure messenger application. The bank or whoever the organization can store everything for compliance purpose for an infinite amount of years, really. And then the client and the employee can have the self-destruct feature advantage so that nothing resides on their phone or device.
Well, and I saw as part of the press release, you had secure archives. So I guess that is particularly good for banks who need some of this communication.
We have our own investment bank that has decided to hopefully uplist us to NASDAQ. So they actually said they would use it. You know, they need something like that. So this is officially being launched next month in October. And it's not just for financial institution. I mean, anybody that needs archiving for, and government employees, you got Defense Department overseas in US. So it's a pretty cool feature. And for $7 a month, it's just unbeatable with all the privacy feature that Secure Messenger comes with.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Great for the update, Alain. And I look forward to seeing you in person here in New York in October.
Me too. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jane.
Out of control inflation, escalating government debt, gas and energy bills burning through your savings, and a spiraling war in Europe. The world feels like a very uncertain place right now, and it's harder and harder to take control of your money and safeguard your savings. I mean, why would anyone want to keep their money in a bank that's only going to lend it out for its own profit? Putting your savings at risk, and for what? A pittance in interest? Well, let me tell you about Glint and how they can help you to save in real gold you can spend like dollars. Now, first off, Glint's not a bank or crypto or some new type of credit card. What Glint provides is the ability and freedom to buy, save, and spend real allocated gold that's secured in Brink's vaults and insured by Lloyd's of London. Glint's Smart app and MasterCard is leading the payments revolution, putting you in control of your money by making real gold, trusted for thousands of years, into an instant, secure digital currency for the modern world. Best of all, your gold is always your gold, with no one else's liability. It's secure and allocated to you. It never goes away, even in a crash. To learn more, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store. It's time to take control of your money and protect it with the time-tested security of gold and the modern digital convenience of Glint. Gold is security. Glint, it's key.
SKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SKUR. Visit SKUR.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Do you need deeper sleep, more energy, better focus? Well, Hapbee says they have a possible solution for that. And with me is the CEO, Yona Shtern, to talk about Hapbee. And I know I've seen you here before. I've used the device before and actually did feel more productive. I mean, we talked about that. And you just launched a 2.0, new app.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. It took us about 6 months listening to customer feedback. And we really wanted to make the user experience much more intuitive. So when you open it up right now and you use your Hapbee device, you're going to find a user experience that kind of feels a lot more like Spotify and Apple Music, where you can just choose the blend or the routine that you want. It remembers what you're using it for. So if you're using it for deeper sleep or focus or relaxation, all of those options are in there.
Yeah, so and I remember you were adding kind of some new things as well. Did you add anything new? Do you plan to?
One of the biggest things that we added is this notion of routines.
Okay.
If you'll recall, what we used to have is these notion of blends. So you could play your morning cup of coffee, or in the evening you could play a relaxation signal, or a digital cup of coffee. No side effects, no lingering effects. And that's really what Hapbee is.
Interesting. And you were telling me that it's a subscription-based business model, kind of like Peloton.
Exactly.
And that you're finding there's a lot of stickiness, like people are subscribing and staying with it.
Well, I think that for us is probably the most fulfilling part of what we've learned, is that people who subscribe find this incredibly engaging. The data that I can share, and we've shared it publicly, is 70% of people who subscribe 8 months later are still part of the paid program. It's because not only is this a better alternative, it's also a more cost-effective alternative to buying stimulants.
Yeah, well, and it's, you know, you're right, no stimulants, you don't have to worry about kind of the side effects of that as well.
No side effects and no lingering effects. Look, if I take a cup of coffee at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm buzzed and my sleep is interrupted.
Right.
If I take sleep medication for sleeping, I'm probably going to wake up feeling pretty groggy. Not with Hapbee.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I've got that with Red Bull before, so that's a bad idea. Anytime afternoon. Thank you so much, Yona, for coming back and giving us the update, and best of luck with the new sleep ad.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.